Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes and the welfare bill. We're going to talk about that. It's passed, it's gone through. Well, yippee-doo, super-duper. It won't achieve anything, of course, because the concessions have had to come thick and fast to get this through. And it only went through by 75 votes. It's a hair's width in terms of a majority that the Labour Party have got. But to get this through, Starmer had again to get on bended knee and beg and offer major concessions. It was controversial from the start. It's controversial now. It's only the first hurdle. There'll be more hurdles to go. It's going to have a rough ride. But this second set, I suppose, of concessions has destroyed the authority of Keir Starmer. The fact is, he is now dead duck Prime Minister. Liz Kendall has been left humiliated. She's the Work and Pension Secretary. She has basically had her bill eviscerated. Rachel Reeves does not know how to raise the money to pay for these further concessions. She was pulling what remains of her Lego hair out over the first set. So it isn't going to be good, is it? It's going to be pretty bad. With little more than probably about an hour or so before the vote, Stephen Timms, who is another little faceless minister that nobody ever heard of, Social Security Deputy and Disabilities Minister, he announced the removal of an entire clause of the bill. Now this is very unusual. Removing an entire... Normally they'll put an amendment in, they'll change something, they'll take something out. But an entire clause is immense. It means there'll be no immediate changes to PIP payments, which is really the most contentious part of the bill for many people. And this is where ministers are concerned. Kendall, for example, wanted to make the biggest financial savings. And so basically, they're going through all this stress, all this struggle, all this infighting, all this humiliation, all this weakening of leadership, and they're going to achieve very, very little. Any changes to PIP will only happen after a full review of the system and after impact statements, and that's due to report in autumn 2026. Then it'll have to go through other readings, the Lords and all sorts of things. There's going to be many more attempts to kibosh it. It's now going to be as well announced that it's going to be co-produced, as they say, with disabled people. In other words, they're going to bring in disabled people to act on the discussion board of this bill going forward. Which leaves the very great probability, not even possibility, probability, that this bill won't pass at all. It's just happening, of course. Well, at the time of recording, it's just happening. Obviously, I've got to get it up. But yeah, so what we're left with is a Prime Minister with no authority, a Pensions Minister, Liz Kendall, Welfare and Pensions Minister, who is now seethingly angry that her bill has been basically killed by its own side, effectively. And Rachel Reeves now going, but I haven't budgeted for this. But that's no real surprise. The woman's an idiot. Hasn't budgeted for anything. All this palaver and the attempt will only save, even if it went through in its original stage, it would only have saved £5 billion. Well, here's the thing. They've given £30 billion away to Chagos. They gave £11 billion away to African farmers. They've given £300 billion to Ukraine. They could have just kept their mouth shut. Not given all the money away to Johnny Foreigner and gone, look at us, aren't we doing good? That's not the Labour way. What a bunch of absolute clowns this government is. Still, we can all look at Starmer now and see an even bigger loser, a man with zero power, and at the same time, watch as Rayner now leads the charge. I think it's done. I think now those whole second draft of concessions which have effectively eviscerated this bill, because now the savings, they reckon the savings now will be around £1 billion a year. 1% savings. Here's the thing, inflation is at 3.5%. So that 1% saving that they're going through all this stress over will be wiped out in what? 4 months with inflation? Bunch of tosspots, aren't they? They are absolutely worse than useless. Thanks very much. Let you know what this happens with this story as it evolves. Bye.